Your breaking news out of Owensboro this morning. The opening night of Friday After 5 has been canceled.
And as we mentioned, we are speaking with the organizers this morning. Organizer Belinda Abel and board president Starling Lambert joining us to talk more about this decision to push back the opening night of the event. Good morning. Thank you so much for talking with us today.
Good morning.
We do have both of them on. Now, this is a logistics nightmare when it comes to planning 16 straight weeks on the riverfront, an outdoor venue, and you have so many bands, wires, and people out there at the same time. So why did you make this decision on a Friday morning to scrub this week's offering?
Well, we've been watching the weather all week and talking to multiple weather people, and they told us as of yesterday, late last night, that if we can't go inside, that this would not be a good idea to go forward with this. Because they're talking about heavy rains, I think storms, maybe even some lightning. You got to look at the bands, you got to look at the equipment, you got to look at the people coming downtown. It's just a safety thing, and we don't want anybody to get hurt. We want it to be fun, and we don't cancel very lightly. I think maybe 4 times in 28 years, I guess, we might have canceled a performance. But you have to be safe. And downtown Owensboro, when it storms downtown, it's bad. And, it's just things. And it's a nightmare. Now that we got to go back and try to reschedule some stuff. And, we have food vendors. We have other craft vendors, You don't want to get them down the river and, storm come up, they lose their product. It's probably the best thing for the night.
Absolutely. And you mentioned safety, but I also want to touch on you guys making this decision. What has it been like contacting those vendors, the food trucks, the musicians as well, as you canceled the opening night that many very much anticipated?
It takes a lot of time to make those phone calls to let everyone know and to make sure you haven't skipped somebody. You don't want to miss someone.
Now, I do want to ask, we have 16 weeks to enjoy this festival on that riverfront each summer, and it's not something that's a new concept to Owensboro at all. And you did mention we've had some cancellations in the past, but what made this severe weather event more risky than others? And moving forward, will there be a change in the contingency plan, perhaps moving things inside if you do have the inclement weather planned?
But one of the things is moving inside. Right now there's events happening at the venues that we use, so therefore we could not go inside. And for most of the summer, that's true. And when you have an outdoor event, you just take that risk.
And I imagine it is a luxury to have those venues outside, those stages, and they've expanded that presentation throughout the years to add more stage presence down there for those bands. Now, will everything be pushed back a week, or will you have to kind of reshuffle things? Because I know every week down there for Friday After 5 has a different theme a lot of times.
Everything will go on as it was planned. Tonight's show that won't go on, we plan on doing it at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we've already made arrangements for tonight's bands to be moved to August 9th and extended. This week we've moved from a 16-week to a 12-week. But so the season, instead of ending August 2nd as we planned, will end August 19th. Or excuse me, August 9th.
So if you can clarify that, you mentioned the 16-week going to 12-week and August 9th. For people that, this is something they look forward to every year, if you could just clarify that a little more as someone that has been organizing this for quite some time.
Well, this week we had planned May 17th through August the 2nd. School starts on August the 7th, and normally the crowd drops once school starts, but also it's so hot in August. Last year we had one night that with the heat index was like 110, 115, and nobody wanted to come out in that heat whatsoever. So that's one of the reasons we dropped from 16 to 12 weeks. But we were very fortunate that the bands that were going to play tonight are available August 9th and made those arrangements for us to switch from tonight to August the 9th.
And I know thousands of people come to Friday After 5. They anticipate it. They look forward to it. Just how many people did you guys have to contact for this evening? I know there's probably a lot of folks that were traveling out of town as well, but you mentioned band members, production people as well, and organizers like yourself. So what was, how many people were part of that process to make this switch happen?
You mean to notify people?
Yes, ma'am.
It's hard to tell.
Probably just the two of us to start out with, and then more as we finalized how we were going to do it.
And you both seem to
I've
take
had
on
the
this.
call.
This is a very ambitious outdoor event for the 12 weeks that you have planned this year, and you two seem to have, there's an excitement to put on shows like this and to provide this for that community in Owensboro on the riverfront. But it seems like, you two are just a little, I guess, maybe apprehensive this morning. Maybe this is uncharted waters, not to, no pun intended, but it seems like, you do carry the burden of canceling something that is going to affect a lot of people. So I can see that this morning out of your comments and your faces. But I hope moving forward the rest of the summer, you don't have anything that's going to impede the progress of that fun on the riverfront.
We have emailed and called. I have emailed and called people. Most of my vendors that I've been able to get a hold of agree because they don't want to be down there and something happen. It's a hard choice. Some people won't agree with it. That's going to happen. But when you have something in front of you and you see what could be a possibility of happening, we just at the last moment we wait. So you can only wait so long, and you have to make a decision. And we think we've made the best decision for the night. If we made the wrong decision, we can't forecast everything. We just go by what we have to go by. That's all you can do.
Well, let's talk about some. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, we want people to have fun, and this year we've really worked hard with the Eric Group to go ahead and have, some of the old favorite bands, some of the new bands, national touring groups. People don't realize this is almost $250,000 effort for these 12 weeks to put this on.
And talking about good news as we wrap up, I know next week we'll just look forward to what the future has to hold. What can people in Owensboro and beyond expect for this year's lineup of Friday After 5?
Well, next year we've got Free Fallin', which is a tribute band to Tom Petty. They're a national touring group. Cynthia Murray and the End Times are at the Pier, which is sponsored by Romaine Subaru. The River Park stage is sponsored by Jago Homes. And then we have also on what we call our Overlook stage, that band next week is called No Limits. So we have those. We have some old favorites with Vinyl Radio, Caribou. This year, the Crashers are returning to River Park. But we've got some really new acts at the Pier. One is Old 60, which is a local Kentucky group that is up and coming, have signed a record contract. And then we have Kid G. He is a young man from a little small town in Georgia of 1,100 people who has over a million TikTok followers. And we expect a huge crowd for both those, he and Old 60.
And I expect to see big smiles on your faces next week from both of you as you get out there. Gleeful to kick this off officially next week as we just push it back 1 week. Folks can wait. I mean, Christmas comes every year. We wait for that. Belinda Abel and Board President Starling Lambert, thank you for your time today, and thank you for getting us that quick notice on the cancellation of the first week and the plans moving forward.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
You have a good day.
Yes, you too. Have a great weekend.